And now I'm going to show you what we have set up now. We have the pallet stand set up with a rotational ring. We have the wooden pallet on it with the roll stock. The same procedure would take place where you would come over with the core expander and you would expand on the roll. But what's nice about this is you can pick from the same side of the pallet all the time if there's a space issue. So there's a D10 pin here that you pull, and it allows you to rotate the roll or rotate the pallet all the way around so that you're always picking from the same spot. And there's a D10 pin here that you can release. So when it comes around to the next one, it basically locks in position. But you can pick from the same side of the pallet all the time and just have enough room that you can rotate the pallet if there's space issues at your facility. If you decide to leave the wooden pallet on the floor with the roll stock, depending on where the roll is at, and let's just say the roll is in the center here, or somewhat close to the center, now in order for me to get to the roll, the operator would have to move the roll to the corners of the pallet, the four corners of the pallet. So they would have to move the roll over here to the corner of the pallet. And as you'll see here, I can pick it up with the way the lifter's set up. But as you can see, the lifter does not fit underneath the cross boards. And what we typically do is make the lifter a little bit wider so we can come in a little bit further on the pallet to pick up the roll. This is if you decided to see, if I go now, I can't hit the roll. I'm not hitting the roll. So once again, I would have to take it up and try and move the roll as close to the edge of the pallet as possible so I could then try and engage the tool. So what we would do is, what I've shown you here today is the lifter is a standard width. We would have to make the lifter a little bit wider, and we would come in, again, this is a 45-degree angle to the corner here, and the same over here. And the same on the other two sides in order to get the roll. So the operators would have to move the rolls to the corners of the pallet. And again, I can make the lifter wider, not a problem. But if it's wide here and I take the lifter over to the spindle on your 28 lines of packaging equipment and the lifter's too wide to make it up to the spindle, then we're okay here, but we run into another problem at the drop-off location with the roll then being core horizontal and getting the roll off of this core expander and onto the spindle. The lifter would be made wider if the pallet's on the floor, and there could be a problem when you get over to the drop-off location with the width of the lifter getting to the machine spindle.